Good morning, gang. It's Friday morning, the 11th of May, 2018. Welcome along to this morning's United Kingdom talk, coming as always from Television Centre here in Royal Berkshire. Welcome along, boys and girls. We did do a little show last night, actually. I wasn't with you yesterday morning. It all got a bit complicated yesterday, actually. I got up late, basically. And I got up late because Wednesday night I'd stayed up late. And I had a technical issue. And there's a reason I had a technical issue. But I had a technical issue that I couldn't sort out. Now, there's a couple of things that, let me just check if someone's watching this morning. I hope not. No, good. There's a couple of things that do kind of send me, now, as you know, a couple of years ago, I had bad depression. I'd had it for years and years, and I went to see someone and they sorted it out. But there's a couple of things that can still send me downwards. Not down there, but downwards. And I recognise them straight away, and I literally have to walk away. Otherwise, it can take me right down there. One of those things is technical difficulties. Technical things that I can't sort out. They really send me down. Funny, innit? Funny, innit? And I literally have to walk away from it. When it was something to do with setting something up for someone else. Well, not for someone, for me and someone else. And I just couldn't get my head around it. It was a computer issue, so that's made me stay up late. And the next morning I woke up. Of course, I had trouble sleeping because all this going around in your head all the time. I don't know why. But it goes around in your head. Why can't I do this? And it was such a simple thing because the person helped me sort it out the next day, so that was all right then. So yesterday I got up late, and then I had the appointment at the Apple place in Reading to get my phone fixed. So by the time I got up, and I thought, it's a little bit too late now. So then I went swimming at 10 o'clock. Then we went to the Apple store. Swimming pool was a little bit busy, I think it was yesterday. Oh, I'm glad to see they've turned the heat back up again. Oh, it's been a bit cold in there recently. I think the old manager's trying to save a little bit of money on the gas bill there. Oh, blimey. I do like to get into a pool. You don't want it too hot. It's very narrow, I think, the correct temperature for a swimming pool. But you don't want it too hot. On the other hand, I like to get in it comfortably. You know what I mean? Not like when you go in the North Sea. You know, if you go on holiday anywhere along the East Coast, never go anywhere near that sea. Oh my God, it freezes your bits and pieces off, dear. It really does. Awful. No, you want to get into the pool in a comfortable temperature and then start swimming without it getting too hot. And last week it was a bit cold on a couple of the days, but they've turned that back up again now, I'm pleased to say. So I went swimming. I walked up to the swimming pool. After that, my mate came and picked us up from the swimming pool. I go to the Hilton Hotel up in the just up the road here. It's not expensive. It's about £10 a week, something like that. £10 a week. And actually, for that, I could be using the gym as well. Funnily enough, we were talking to one of the young lads who uses the gym, and I said I did try it a few years ago. And I get bored in the gym. I was doing this thing, with the weights, pushing this thing backwards and forwards, these things going up and down and lifting bits and pieces. And actually, I only went for 2 weeks, and then I was DJing someone, and someone said, "Have you started lifting weights?" And I'm like, "Well, yeah, why?" He said, "Oh, it's an half show." I'd only been doing it 2 weeks. Doesn't take long, does it, I suppose, to sort all that stuff out, really. So very good. Went from there to Reading. Traffic was all right. Actually, traffic was quite bad going into Reading. There's some very strange characters walking around in Reading. I'm telling you that now. Oh my God! And you could tell, the thin faces of people walking around like this on drugs. Have you ever seen them? They're like that. And you could say, oh my God, what are they in? Probably just injected some heroin round the corner or something like that. There's a few of those in Reading, dear. Don't think you've got the exclusivity of these people in London, dear. No, sad characters, really, who clearly need help. But the thing is with drugs, and I've come across this a few times in my life of people who have taken lots of drugs. I don't mean the occasional thing at a weekend, people who are like permanently on it all the time. And you can't help them until they want help. A little bit like an alcoholic, you can't say, oh, you mustn't drink, it's bad for you. They have to realise there's a problem before they go and sort it out. It's not a lot you can do other than, wait for that moment and hopefully they ask at some point. Some people don't. Some people don't come out of it. It's very sad, really, and they just carry on, and usually they die from something related to either that drug addiction or the alcoholism, But it's just the way of life, isn't it, really? So we got to Reading. We went straight to the Apple store and took my phone in. And very, very nice. And I mentioned this on our show last night. I did a show last night instead of yesterday morning. And for some reason, the Facebook feed dropped off about 5 minutes before the end. YouTube carried on. So something went wrong with a Facebook link yesterday night. So if you were watching last night and we suddenly disappeared, you only lost about 5 minutes. I think you lost a bit of Heidi's call, who rang in. And the birthdays at the end. That didn't come on the Facebook. But that whole show is on YouTube and various Periscope and places like that, okay? So dropped the phone in there, spoke to a very nice chap, who took us over. He said, has the prices been explained to you? Yes, they have. They're very expensive, £149. Oh, dear me. To have a new screen put on. Isn't it a lot of money? And when I went in there last week to check out on all this, and I'm like, oh, that's really expensive. And their argument was, of course, yeah, but it's a, I don't know I can't remember what it was now. I think it's not an iPhone X, it's an iPhone 8. I think it was about £700 for the phone. 700. Oh, well, it's a £700 phone and it's worth getting it repaired. Yeah, but it's not. You're still ripping me off. £150 for a piece of glass stuck on the front, and no doubt it don't take them long to do that. It would take me ages. You do these things yourself. We don't know what we're doing, do we? I mean, never take on a plumbing job if you know nothing about pipes or electricity, or worse than that, even gas. Amateurs do gas repairs. You're not allowed to. You're absolutely not allowed to touch gas pipes unless you've got all these qualifications. But people do it. You are playing with your lives, aren't you? And besides, it'd probably take you forever to fix a gas pipe or something like that. Whereas you get a gas man in, they know exactly what they're doing, like laying a carpet. Ever tried to put a carpet down? Pfft, dear me. No, we're not carpet experts. Leave it to someone who knows what they're doing. And it's the same with the Apple. You take your phone in. I don't suppose it took him very long to do it at all, really, when I think about it. But they charged me £149 for it. The bloke round the corner, a little set-up of a little, I don't know what you call it, like a little stand that he had in the shopping centre. He offered to do it for £100. Well, it's not worth saving the £50. Not for that. Oh, you get a 2-week guarantee. Is that all? Well, I'm not having a phone just 2 more weeks, am I? You take it to Apple, you get the whole year guarantee and all that business. If something goes wrong now, I'll just take it in there and they'll repair it. They are fantastic in there. You cannot fault the staff in an Apple store. I've been in a few now and I've spoken to various people and they're not pushy either. They're not pushy. We were given a demonstration of this wonderful gadget, what was in there, while we were sitting there, basically. This is when I went to collect the phone later on. This bloke, I think it's called a gimbal, right? And you put your phone on it and you hold it and it keeps it straight. So while you're doing, sometimes you might be doing something like that, with the phone, it will keep it steady so it's really smooth and you won't get any of that. Some of you got little Parkinson's disease or coming on slowly and you see these. A lot of people seem to have it on YouTube, don't they? Or filming concerts. Have you seen them filming concerts? I mentioned this, that you're watching the Eurovision thing last night, and they're all up like this with their phones. What quality of picture can you possibly get doing that? You can't get it. But with this gadget, it's really smooth. Not only that, it's not just a thing you hold. This is an electronic gadget, right? What was the name? I think it Mmmmmm, something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was called now. But you can set your phone up in it like that, right? And then move your head and this thing follows you like that. It is absolutely fantastic. My mate Ronnie, he took a note of the name of this particular thing and I'll find out what that was for you. It was about £160. And Ronnie says, do you think that could be a Christmas present for you? I think possibly yes. I was going with the Royal Dalton or the Wedgwood tea service from Selfridges, but I might ask for that instead from my mate. Although that's a little bit more than he would usually spend or we would usually spend on each. Actually, it's not a little bit more. We do tend to go. I only do 2 big presents, one for my mate and one for my sister. I mean, don't get me wrong, the nieces and nephews all get, but they're the 2 big ones. One for my sister and one for my best mate. We tend to get each other a really good Christmas present and birthday present as well. So that's a possibility. I'm just wondering if I would use it that much. I couldn't use it for this programme, for example, because this is all webcams, and I don't use, I could use the mobile phone for this, but then you wouldn't get all the other little bits and pieces starting, or I can bring pictures and all sorts in while I'm doing this. Well, I wouldn't be able to do it. Well, I could do it on the phone, but it wouldn't be as easy. It'd be pointless. So I wouldn't really use it for that. I'm trying to think, because I don't like to buy something unless I've got a use for it. For example, the jackets I wear them here, and of course on the stage at Central Station or at the quiz night. I buy things to use. Same with gadgets. I don't see something. Oh, that's nice, bright and new and shiny. I must have one. No, I need a reason to buy that. And this gadget, fantastic as it is, I don't know if I would use it that much or not. I would use it when I'm outside. When I do my outside videos, maybe in the gardens or something, you can use it like that, and it would be so smooth. I cannot describe to you how smooth this gadget is without you actually seeing it. There is no shake or judder or anything. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And I must find out from my mate what it's called. Right, so drop the phone in. Then we went shopping. I'll come to that in a minute. But let's go to some of your messages now, because I don't want to leave you waiting too long. You're always kind enough to send in your messages. Good morning to Danny Davis. Good morning, Danny Davis from Splash Radio Wales, who's on his way into the studio at the moment. Good morning, Danny. Adam, Danny's the first message this morning. That's the first time ever, dear. And he was up late last night as well, chatting to him on the phone. There's a reason for that. I'm coming to that in a moment, boys and girls. I found something new to do. I found something new to do 1 day a week, possibly more. Okay, I'll come to that in a minute. And you'll tell me what you think. Good morning to Adam the Plumber. Good morning, Adam the Plumber. Good morning to Ali. Good morning to Amir. Welcome along, boys. They must be joining us on the Learn English website groups. Good morning to you two. Hello to Andy Baker. Good morning, Andy. The gorgeous Elaine is there. Good morning, Elaine. Good news, Elaine. Israel is now not favourite to win the Eurovision Song Contest. Thank God for that. Oh, it's horrendous. How on earth that song ever became favourite, I don't know. I've got my betting slips here. Two bets. I've got Eurovision. I've got 2 so far. Finland to win. They're playing 33-1. I've got a tenner on that. So that could be a possible £330. Or, even better than that, if you ever go across the sea to Ireland. I've got a bet on Ireland as well. 66-1. Look at that. 66-1, dear. So that means I've got a tenner on that. If they win, I get £660. Ring, gling, in the checkout, dear. So I've got 2 on there so far. Elaine. Now, I got my eye on another 2. I could be completely wrong. Don't be putting bets on these same ones just because I have. I could be completely wrong. I probably am completely wrong. But I can lose 20 quid. Do you know what I mean? That's all right. I put £100 on, then that's, I've lost 100 quid. It's 20. There's another couple, actually. Norway and Australia and the Ukraine. Norway, Australia and the Ukraine are another 3 to watch, I think. Out of all those 5... I think Finland or Ukraine. I think Finland now. Which one out of Finland or Ukraine? Don't know. Don't know. So there's another 3 possibilities out there. I don't know. I mean, I haven't got another £30 sitting around in the house today, to be honest. Seriously, I haven't. I've got £20 downstairs. That's all I've got. I never keep money in the house. Do you? Always worries me. I never ever keep money in the house, and I haven't been paid anywhere in the last couple of days, so I haven't got any cash in the house. So I can't go out and put. Well, probably a good thing actually. I can't go and put another £10 on each of these things. See, you don't. The thing is, you'd only need one of those to. If you put £10 on five people, you'd only need one of those to win, and you get all your money back and loads more. Gling! I would rush down to my local Catholic church and put money in the collection plate. I really do, because I forgot to go yesterday. Ascension Day, dear. I forgot to go. Shocking. Bolts of lightning are coming towards me at this moment. Should have gone yesterday. It was Holy Day of Obligation. So there you are, Elaine. The popular. The favourite now is Cyprus. Apparently, it's Cyprus now. Okay, Cyprus. Hello to Marcos. Good morning, Marcos. Home from work, are you? I'm not fed up of you. Absolutely not. No, Marcus. You message on there every day if you want to. I never get fed up with messages. Sometimes people are trying to have a conversation with you on there, and you put a message and I answer it, and then there's a message and then you've got to sort of cut back a bit. But no, Marcos, you are not one of those people. Keep sending those messages in. I missed out your message yesterday because we got cut off at the end of the show on Facebook. It went off. But I see that you're a fork truck lift driver. So that's not a bad job for a lad, is it, really? When you think about it, when I was a boy, I wanted to drive a bus or a train. So forklift truck driver ain't bad, is it? Bus or a train. Good morning, Sarah Lulace. Hello, my darling. She's going to enjoy the Eurovision tomorrow. Yes, indeed. And she's off to work now. Bye-bye, Sarah, darling. We're showing the whole of the Eurovision at Central Station tomorrow from 8 o'clock. I'll probably be in the car at that time because I don't start till 9:30. So the show will be pushed back a bit tomorrow. Those of you that come to Central Station, right? So they are showing the Eurovision tomorrow night, Saturday night, the whole thing on the two. Excuse me, hiccups. On the 2 large tellies at Central Station on the wall. So if you want to watch it, and it will come through the sound system. I worked in a bar once. Oh, I couldn't believe it. What a cheapskate. He had the tellies. I'll tell you where it was, West 5 actually, in Ealing. He's got like 2 or 3 tellies in there, and he had the Eurovision on there, but they weren't connected to the sound system. And it don't matter how loud your telly is, it's basically a home television. Large, I don't know, 40 inches or whatever. But you know what the speakers are like on these modern tellies, right? And everyone's trying to keep quiet listening to it on these tellies. Not a clue. Not a clue. It don't take long to run a wire from the telly to your sound desk and just push the fader up. No, I wouldn't spend the money on the wire. About £8. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. Not in Central Station. We'll have it coming through the sound system, all right? I've actually got to go and put a cable in today because someone's broken the other ones. Good morning, Ray Reynolds. Welcome along to the show, Ray. Haven't seen you for a few mornings, Ray. I was concerned, what were you being that age? And, I'm a little bit worried. But there you are. Ray Reynolds is back with us this morning. He's been doing a lot of shopping recently, haven't you, Ray? Good morning, Ray. Hello, lovely Laura Rickner. Hello, Tony Lee Walsh. Good morning, Tony. Welcome to the show. Crash you must be talking about. What's that there? I'll have a look at that in a minute. Oh, that's your thing, you said. Okay, Paul, I'll come back to that. Good morning to Heidi, who called in last night. Heidi's on there. Unfortunately, we lost the Facebook feed last night, halfway through Heidi's call. But if you wanted to see the last 5 minutes of the show, the whole thing is on YouTube, okay? Find my youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Hello to the delightful Lee Marshall. Good morning, Lee. I've got some radio news coming up in a moment. Good morning to Ronnie. Morning. It's going to come along swimming. Not staying. We've hardly mentioned the Eurovision, Mr. G. We've hardly mentioned it at all. Good morning, Danny Davis. You're not putting me live on the radio. When's that? When are you doing that then? Well, you better tell me first, because this being on Facebook, I might drop a bad word or two, like bum. I'm going to do it again. Bum. Yeah, been taken off air straight away. Bum. But talking of bums, did you see the bloke singing for Sweden on the Eurovision? Oh, he was very cheeky. Very nice. I think he's about 22 years old. He's not old. No, probably older. Probably about 25. He's got blonde hoppy hair. And he's doing this dance. And then he turns around and does a wiggle with his bum. Such rudeness, dear. Would you like me to do one for you? What do you mean, no? Oh, I won't then. Oh, I won't. No. No, too late now. Don't apologise now. Bloke from Sweden, he turned around halfway through his song and started shaking his bum like that. I think it was the Swedish bloke. No, it wasn't. There were three of them. And there was the one in there, and they turned around and started... Oh, it might have been him. I can't remember now. You know more than me. Good morning to Sack. Morning, watching all the way from India. Good morning, sir. A country that I'd never been to, and I would love to visit it. I really would. I'm a vegetarian. I gather there's a lot of vegetarianism in certain countries. India's one of them. Thailand's another, isn't it? Thailand, there's a lot of vegetarianism in Thailand as well. I'm a very respectful of animals, you see. Good morning to Diane Jeb. Morning, Diane. Laura says, I wish I could watch GCS with you. I booked a ferry to France. What's GCS? Watch it GCS with you. What is GCS, darling? I don't know what that is. I wish I could watch GCS. GCS. I don't know what that is. Tell us what that is, Laura, darling. Booked a ferry to France for today, thinking Cannes Film Festival was in Paris. It's not. It's on the other side of the country. How do you make that mistake, Laura? Laura's been to Cannes. She's going to Paris, thinking the Cannes film... No, Cannes is nowhere near Paris, darling. But don't worry, you're not alone, Laura. I got unclassified for geography. Don't worry. O-level, unclassified for geography. Worry not. Morning, Laura, you lovely girl. Morning to Sharon Butler, my sister. Morning for Baby James and Sharon. Now, I've been shopping for Baby James. I'm going to show you the presents on the show today, sis. So don't go away. Grand Central. What's Grand Central? I still don't know what GCS Grand Central... Sorry, I still don't know what you mean, Laura, darling. Grand Central. Oh, watch a Euro at Grand Central Station. Why, are they showing it at a train station or something, darling? Is that what's going on there? Good morning, Courtney. This video was not on mute on the feed wall, and I'm sat in the dentist waiting room, and they all heard you talking about shaking your ass. Yeah, perverts, all of them, dear. Is that what they want? Do you want me to turn up at your dentist and start doing that little dance that the Swedish boy did in Eurovision last night? Sack says most of Indians consume non-vegetarian. Okay, I didn't know that, but I'm sure I could get vegetarian stuff if I was there. Now, Paul Adamson has sent me... Oh, thank you, that's the one, Paul. Yes, it's called an Osmo. OSMO. This thing is called an Osmo. That is the Apple gadget that we saw yesterday, and you hold it, and it's electric. Okay, I don't know if it's rechargeable or you put batteries in, but it is the most... If you do a lot of videos and you use your mobile phone, a lot of people, they don't bother buying a camera anymore. We've all got it on the mobile phone. These cameras on the Apple iPhones, and indeed many of the others, are fantastic. I honestly don't think you need a phone anymore. A camera anymore. Although I quite like, the GoPro ones. They're all right. They're very good. And I've had a couple of video cameras over the years, and I don't use them anymore. All the videos I do when I'm outside are done on my iPhone. This is an 8. I had a 5S before, and I thought I better upgrade. And I'll be honest with you, if you've got a 5S, don't bother upgrading. It's just as good. I can't see when I'm looking at the videos that I make on YouTube or something like that. And I just want to point out, I don't watch myself all the time. Most of the time, yes. Because there's nothing, let's be honest, there's nothing better on the television than me. I've got to say, the Eurovision Song Contest is very popular. Almost as popular as this programme, as you well know. Okay? So when I watch my videos back, if I look at some of the old ones and the new ones, from, when I say the old ones, a year ago, just a year. That's when I had the iPhone 5S. And then I watched the outside videos I've done with this. No difference. No difference. Do I find this any faster than the other one? Not really. No. I think I probably wasted my money going. There's nothing wrong with this. Nothing wrong with this. Good phone. But I probably wasted my money going from a 5S to an 8. I nearly went for a 10. But I looked at the difference between the 8 and the 10, and there wasn't an awful lot of difference. It's got the facial recognition and a few other bits and pieces, but certainly not worth the extra 200 quid. So if you've got a 5S, stick with it. Don't upgrade. I mean, I think you can get the battery changed on these things now. At Apple, I wouldn't go anywhere else other than Apple. Really. Don't go to the little man down the street or anything like that. Just go to Apple, then you get your guarantee. And if you've got anything wrong, you just walk into the shop and they fix it for you. Very, very good service in the Apple shop. But if you've got a 5S or above, I wouldn't upgrade to anything else. You're wasting your money. I feel that I wasted 800 quid on this. I do feel that. Could have stuck with the other one. All right. Good morning to Craig Daniel. Good morning, Craig. DJ Craig, isn't it? Is it DJ Craig? Good morning, Craig. How blooming lovely to see you today. It really is. Craig, if it's the Craig I think it is, was big time. I don't know if you're still DJing. Big time DJing in some of the clubs in London when I was doing most of my I've given up most of it now, Craig. I don't know if you knew that. About 7 or 8 months ago, I got bored of it. I'd got really bored of doing DJing, and I just do karaoke and quiz nights now and this load of old rubbish as well. So that's what I do now. I don't know if I think you might have given it up as well, did you? I got a feeling you did. But Craig was a big time DJ on the gay scene in London. Good luck to beautiful Netta from Israel. He's got his money on Netta. Okay, well they were the favourite at one point. It's now Cyprus. I didn't like it, Craig. Sorry, I didn't like Netta one. My favourite Israeli ones over the year were Light a Candle. Do you remember that one? Light a candle with me. 1,000 candles in the night will open. I've been to Israel. Oh, what a wonderful place. What a wonderful place. So much history and all that. Good luck with that, Craig. Courtney says, yes, come down to the dentist and do your bum shaking down there. Oh, you are naughty. Maybe a little Cam 4 video for you later on, Craig. Naughty man. Over on YouTube. Good morning to Joanna. Good morning, Joanna. Claire is there as well. Good morning, Claire, who says Ireland or Australia to win tomorrow night. My favourites were Denmark, but they won't win. I don't think the Denmark one wasn't for me either. It wasn't for me, but that's yours. Yeah, don't vote with your... Well, if you vote with your heart, I'd say Ireland. If you vote with your head, I'd say Finland. But we could be completely wrong. Claire agrees. I thought Cyprus was dire. Okay, she's a beautiful girl with a skin-tight outfit on and all that. But the song, no, I don't know about it. I'm not sure about that at all, really, to be honest. So thank you, Claire. Claire thinks Cyprus is dire, and she gave it her lowest mark. Well, I did do some marking last night. Do you want to know what I gave people last night? Here we go. Ready? Here we go. Norway 8, Romania 4, Serbia 4, San Marino 4, Denmark 4, Russia 3, Moldova 7, Netherlands 5, Australia 8.5, Georgia 2, Poland 5, Malta 4, Hungary 6, Latvia 3, Sweden 8, and they have the best looking boy in there. You're going to say that if I'm gay, aren't I? I've got to notice these things, dear. Montenegro 5, Slovenia 4, Ukraine I gave 9 to. France 7, Germany 6, Italy 8. All right, France, Germany and Italy are 3 of the big 5 there. Italy 8. If I was giving our own country a score, I would give that an 8.5. I would give that an 8.5. But I do not advise you to bet on the UK song because people will not vote for us. It's as simple as that. People they don't vote for us anymore. Oh, it's all political. They're not going to vote for us. Don't put your money on the UK. I really don't. I really think that's a waste of time. Doesn't matter how good the song's going to be. It's going to be some years before we ever get in there again. It really is, if at all. So out of that lot, I think the Ukraine, to be honest. It's not my personal favourite song, but watching the overall thing, I think that one will probably do it. So there we are. That's my scores on there. Courtney's favourite is Australia. She's good. She's very good, very bouncy, and very pretty as well, isn't she? She's got the most beautiful tan. Do you think she's been in one of those tanning shops, Do you think that's what all the contestants do? Just before the show, they go in them tanning shops, and they must have them over in. They don't need it in Portugal. They've got sunlight. They're on one of those nudist beaches, probably. Claire says you're not voting for Sweden, are you? No, I give it 8. But no, I wouldn't put my money on Sweden, not this time. He's very good looking, but that's about it. Guy says leaving the EU means leaving Eurovision. No, it doesn't, Guy. No, it doesn't. Incorrect. Incorrect, Guy. The Eurovision is nothing to do with the EU. It's the European Broadcasting Union, which is like its own sort of entity. Otherwise, why, you could say that of Australia. Why have Australia in it? Why are Israel in it? They're not Europe. Not Europe, but they are part of the European Broadcasting Union. Dear me, I thought someone as intelligent as you, my dear, would understand that, Guy Bentley. Oh, hang on a minute. Nope. Mr. Corbyn hasn't spoken about it, so it probably doesn't exist in your life, does it? Am I right there, Guy? I love you, man. And I'll see you tonight. We've got karaoke tonight, by the way. Are we on the Splash Live radio at the moment, Danny? What are we doing now? I'm being very careful what I'm saying at the moment. Let me know when we're not on there, then I can start swearing again. Diggy Loo, Diggy Lay for Sweden, Claire mentions. Diggy Loo, Diggy Lay, da 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 da. And I'm walking in my golden shoes. La da 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 da. Do you know that one? Diggy Loo, Diggy Lay? That was proper Eurovision, wasn't it? Actually, that's kind of on the same level as the Israeli one with the chicken noises this year, isn't it? Do you think? Anyway, it's tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, BBC One. So we're looking forward to that. Back to the... hang on a minute. We got a message there. 1 second. Let me just do that. Right. Let me just clear that off there. Good. So, where were we now? Okay, so I've dropped my phone off to Apple, and then we went and had a bit of lunch. And I haven't been in one of these for nearly a year now, so I thought it was time to go into Five Guys in Reading. Now, I do like their stuff. It's full of grease and full of oil, and there's bread involved and chips done in peanut butter oil or peanut oil, whatever it's called. So not the best thing to have if you're on Slimming World, okay? I've got to tell you that now. However, once in a blue moon is fine. They will tell you right on Slimming World. Once in a blue moon, bit of chocolate, few chips, something that is fine, as anyone would tell you. Okay? Guy, what are you shocked at? The fact that I've been to Five Guys. I love it. So I had this mushroom burger, vegetarian burger type thing, and a medium chips. And with the chips, when you go in Five Guys, it's not cheap in Five Guys, I've got to tell you that. I had mushroom burger, chips, and a milkshake, and my mate had exactly the same, 25 quid. 25 quid. But a rare, rarely, if you go in there now and again, it's all right. So I had that. And it was all very nice. So we sat there and ate that. What was I going to tell you now? And we had a Coke each as well. Was I going to tell you anything about Five Guys? No, but that's what we had. So that was all very nice. Then we went shopping. Now, I had to go and buy, because I've been buying children's birthday presents. Okay, you've already seen, and I have them here beside me. My great nieces and nephews... My great nieces and nephews, all their birthdays come within a few weeks of each other. Okay? Except for one, which is in September. George, who will be 6 in September. He's going to be 6 in September. He's still 5 at the moment. He's the one that's right at the other end of the year. All the others are around this period. All of them. Strange, isn't it? That includes my 2 nephews and my niece, and 2 of my great nephews, and all 3 of my great nieces. They are all in the same sort of 5 weeks. Funny, isn't it? And there's one that's right at the other end. Okay, so here's what I bought. You've already seen this. This is for boy Harry, who will be 5 years old. So I showed you this the other day in one of the nighttime shows, a Lego city. Now, with boys, I don't think, as I said this on the other day, I don't think you want to be buying boys' clothes. Certainly not until they're looking at their designer clothes. You know, for a little boy of, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, maybe stop at 14, I think they want toys. I think a boy of that age, and I was the same, they'd be disappointed to get a pair of jeans or a top or something like that. So anyway, this is what I got Harry, who's going to be 5 on Monday, I think. There we are. Lego City, a builder tractor type thing. Oh, can you open it? No, it's all sealed up, isn't it? No, I'd love to open it and have a go first, but there we are. It sounds broken, but of course it's all Legoland. Then yesterday I bought for Baby James. Baby James is 1 year old. Also 3 cards that I've got there. Now I go to Card Factory for cards. They're only 99 pence there. I object to paying £2.50 for a birthday card. I really do, as to do them as well. Excuse me, I've got itchy nose. As to do good birthday cards as well. But I've got 3 birthday cards yesterday. There we are. Look at those. That's for Harry. Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Spinning webs, any size, catching thieves, cool as knives. Watch out, here comes the Spider-Man. Love it. Look at that. I got this one for... That's for Emily. Little girl Emily, 5. And that one is for Baby James. And with cards and presents indeed, do you know, I got a feeling as an adult, you get more pleasure out of going in the shop and looking around for what you want and then deciding what present you want to buy. And then, you know, like the card, for example. Right, so the card I've bought Baby James, right? A very special little boy is 1 year old today. It's been a year of fun and joy in every kind of way. The days have come and gone so fast, how quickly time has flown. In just a year, it's plain to see how much you've changed and grown. And inside, of course, it says, it's some more. You're such a lovely baby who brings joy beyond all measure, and special days like this will bring memories to treasure. Every day holds something new, contentment, smiles and fun. You bring so much wonder and delight to everyone, with lots of love on your birthday, on your first birthday. So that's all well and nice. Okay? But he's not going to understand any of that, is he? He's not even going to look at the card. Well, it's not. And actually, when I think about it, it's the same with the other ones. You know, this one for Emily. Hope it's lots of fun. Happy 5th birthday. She'll have a quick look at that and chuck it to the side. Children are not really interested in cards. Harry might quickly see the Spider-Man. Oh, that's nice. And then that's it. So spending a lot of money on cards, I think, is a real waste. I do think it's a waste. Should we be giving them? I've got to admit, I don't give birthday cards. It's very, very rare I give birthday cards. And I don't wrap up presents either. I mean, you go and spend a small fortune on beautiful... And let's be honest, it's some of it's beautiful wrapping paper. Birthdays, Christmases and that. Does that make any difference to the present? No, of course it doesn't. Makes no difference at all to the person opening the present or looking at it or anything like that. They're not interested in the wrapping paper or, I don't think, the card. Now, I'm sitting here trying to remember. I have, in my cupboard, cards from my mother and father that they sent me over years for my birthdays. They're both gone now, of course. Now, they're the only ones I kept. There might be a couple from nans and people like that, but they're the only ones I kept. You know, you don't really look back at these things. And I can't remember who sent me cards. I think it's a bit of a waste of time sending cards. But you feel you have to, don't you? So they're the cards. And then I went to Debenhams yesterday. I bought Baby James's first year birthday present. Here it is. And when I go in to look at things, you know, you're looking around. And it takes me a while. And something jumps out at me. And my mate was with us yesterday, as I say. Oh, and I've got receipts there as well. My mates was with us yesterday, and he was suggesting things. What about this one? He's like, no, don't like that one. What about this one? No, I don't like that one. But then I came across these for baby James, a little pair of shorts. Little pair of shorts. And they got a J on them as well. Look, they got a J on them. I mean, that's not doesn't mean James, but nevertheless, it's a J, and he'll think it means James in years to come. And a little growth. I don't know what this is. It's like a T-shirt, but it goes round their arse as well, doesn't it? Or their bum as well. And it kind of does up round the front. I don't know what you call that. It's like a T-shirt with a pair of shorts attached to it, like an all-in-one thing. That's not a baby grow, is it? Is that a baby grow? Or a baby grows, I don't know what that's called. Oh, hang on. There's a label on here. Designers of Jebedums. Yeah, and it Jasper, who is it? Jasper, I can't read that. Jasper Conran. So it's got a little J on it. J for James. Baby James. 1 year old. So that's for him. And that come from Debenhams yesterday. So those two items, that was about 10. That's 22 quid for those two items. That's all right, isn't it? Nice couple of little bits there. And for the others, that I went to John Lewis for the others. Hang on a minute, I'll get these for you. You're going to love this. You'll love this. You're going to love one of this. For baby Olivia. Here's for baby Olivia. I say baby Olivia. She's 3 now. She's our little disabled girl. There you are. She's a big girl, so I got her this. She can wear that in the cot. My baby Olivia, she can't walk. She can't stand. She lives in the cot and the pram. She's got lots wrong with her. So I got her that. Do you like that? Hey, that's from John Lewis. That was. Do you want to know these prices? I'm not telling you the prices. Oh, that's nice. He spent all that. And just to give you an idea. So that was £21. I think that's quite nice, isn't it? You like that? Hey? And I don't want to. Where can I put this now? I'll hang it on there. And here is my favourite present that I bought. Not favourite child. You're not allowed to have favourite children. Not allowed to have favourite children. Here's my favourite one. Now, I got this for Emily. Emily's going to be 5. She's a proper girl, okay? Likes the sparkling tops and the pink and the big dark glasses. That's Emily. And she's got a bit of an attitude about her as well. Oh, yes. If she don't like something, she'll tell you. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? You can't really get this, but this bit at the bottom opens right out. Beautiful yellow and white dress for Emily. Isn't that lovely? Little ribbon round there and everything. And that was a little bit dearer. That was £34, but worth it. And it's quite thick. And that come from John Lewis. So there. So I've been shopping. I've got all those birthday presents, so I'm quite pleased with myself there. And that's all done. And probably I might leave it till Monday now. Monday or I don't know what day I do, but I'll probably go down to Raymond's. I'll put them all in one DHL box, and it'll be cheaper then. I can put all the items in one box, and it goes up there. And often, if I've got stuff that I want to definitely get there, if you see what I mean, there's nothing wrong with the post office. I've never lost anything with the post office, to be honest. But if you go into Raymond's, they give you a box. You haven't got to muck around. Oh, I haven't got a box, and looking around for everything in the post office and that. I haven't got a box, so I'll probably go up to DHL with this at Raymond's. You go in Raymond's. I want to send these off. They give you a box. You put them in. They put a label on there. You give them the money, and off it goes. Done. Nice, aren't they? Heidi likes the little shorts, aren't they, Camp? The little shorts for baby James. Baby James. Andy says they're called romper suits, that thing of baby James. Okay, thank you very much for that, Andy. That's the thing with the do-up bottom underneath there. Good. Andy also says, I've started beetroot and spinach burgers at Asda. Very nice. I like beetroot burgers. Very, very nice indeed. Beetroot burgers. Yes. Danny Davis is on the radio now. Okay, good morning, Danny. So he's leaving us. Good morning. Now, Danny does a radio show on Splash Radio Wales, and I'll tell you about that in a second. But meanwhile, so I'd done my shopping, and we went to pick up the phone, was very happy with that, and we came home. And we got back home about 4:30 in the afternoon. I had a little sleep, got up, then watched the Eurovision. Then I did a late night show last night, which got cut off at the end for some reason. Don't know, something went a little bit technically wrong there, so that's one of those things. Paul says, I've just been to a boot sale. It was like the Great Unwashed there. Paul, have a shower, love. Wash your hands. Do you know? Talking of washing hands, I started washing my hands sort of halfway through last year, every couple of hours or every hour even. I do it when I'm at work. I wash my hands roughly every hour, proper. I mean, people have seen me washing my hands and they've said to me, are you about to perform an operation or something? Because I'm really very thorough. And this year, I haven't been touched by flu or colds or anything. And I think there's something in there. That plus the fact that I don't eat rubbish much anymore. I mean, I know Five Guys isn't rubbish, is it? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? When you buy these little boxes of ready-made dinners and you put them in full of salt, sugar, and God knows what other chemicals. Well, I don't eat any of that anymore. None of it. You know, perhaps a burger now and again, a Quorn burger, because I suppose you could argue that that's processed and has got stuff in it. But apart from those, everything else I do is cooked from scratch. You know, a pepper is a pepper. You chop it up and put it in. It's not a pepper mixed with sodium this and mono something that, have you? It's all like proper food and what have you. So I got back here and done that. Now, I mentioned that I'm going to be doing something else. Oh, Paul says a lot of brummies in a field. You need to wash your hands after that. Oh, dear. You are naughty. It's a good job you're from Birmingham. Otherwise, I'd have you there, mate. They'd be waiting outside your front door. Good morning, Tom Gully. Lots of technical difficulties with Facebook Live yesterday. Yeah, there was something wrong there, Tom. Did you have problems as well? Because I know you do some shows on Facebook Live as well. I was waiting for Danny to send over some jingles, actually, for his radio show, because I've been asked to do a radio show. Now, Danny, who was with us earlier, he's gone now. He's now doing the show. Danny shouldn't be on. He usually does 2 till 7. But they've lost someone in the mornings for the morning show 10 till 1. Now, Danny has asked me to do the show. As you know, I do a little music and chat show on a Monday morning. It's only an hour long. My radio background is I used to do, I've been on a few radio stations. The biggest one, I suppose, was I was on Liberty Radio in London. Which was on 963 and 972 AM. That was, 16 or 17 years ago now. And I did the overnight show. I shared the show with my mate. I did 4 nights and he did 3. And we did this overnight show. And I enjoyed it. I won't lie. It was a long, 2 till 6 in the morning. Let me tell you, you're falling asleep before you get used to it. But I got used to it and I enjoyed doing it. So I have done radio before. I did a station called Freedom Radio, and I've done various online stations over the years. Probably my favourite would be either CMP Radio, which was one of the first ever online radio stations, and CMP Radio, which later on became Reach. Now, at this moment in time, I do one hour music and chat show every Monday between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. And I do that every Monday, right? Now, Danny's been listening to the show and he said, why don't you come and show on Splash Radio? And I'm like, well, I said, it's a time issue. You can only fit so much into the day. Can I just find where's the air conditioning thing gone? Oh, there it is. I'll turn that on for a minute. So, we finally agreed that I'd do like a 2-hour show on one afternoon. I can't remember what it was now. Between, oh God, which one? Now, where was it? I was going to do 1 till 3. I was going to do 1 till 3 p.m. on a Thursday to see how that went. Right. Yesterday or the day before, their morning presenter has dropped out, 10 till 1. So now Danny's come back to me and said, we haven't got anyone now in the morning. He's now gone on air to do a show 10 till 1, and then he's got to do another one 3 till 7 or 2 till 7. That's a lot of radio to be sitting there in a studio all that time. So I haven't got anyone to do it. So he's asked me to do it. Now, my problem is time. As you know, I do one of these every day, or near enough every day. You might as well just say every day. And I do an hour. preparing this and doing all this probably takes 8:30, 9:30, 10:30. It's about 2.5 hours. You see an hour. I'm actually in here doing something to do with this for a total of about 2.5 hours. I get up here round about 8:30. I walk into this little room, 8:30. I get all my stuff together. Usually we're on about 45 minutes to prepare it. Usually on around about 9:15 to sort of 10:15. And then it's another half hour while I rewrite the summary of the show, because I haven't got the summary written down. So I literally listen to bits of it, type in the summary, and then put it up and then share it on the birthday walls and do that. So, oh, you're still there. Danny is still there. Multitask. Where's the jingles, dear? Send over the jingles, dear. So that's how it works. Now, Danny asked me to do 10 till 1. I honestly don't see how I'm going to fit that in without dropping something else. Because my day at the moment, okay, generally my day, I get up at 8 o'clock. The alarm goes off at 8. I generally wake up 10 minutes before that. I can't be sitting in bed all day long like some people doing nothing. I don't know how some of you do it. I know there are people that watch this programme probably in bed. Some people watch the recording. They might not get up till 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I honestly don't know how you can sit in bed all day long. But there you go. Some people do, right? So I'm generally up at 8 o'clock in the morning. I go downstairs. I have my cup of tea. I have something to eat. I watch the BBC Breakfast, and I come up here around about 8:30, 8:45. Then I start preparing my little show. Good evening, Angela. Angela's with us in Melbourne, Australia. Get my show ready. Then we go on and we have a little bit of a chat together, just you and me. After that, I do the summary, upload it, and almost immediately I leave to go swimming, right? After swimming, I have lunch. I come back here, have lunch. If there's anything else to do, shopping or something like that, I'll go and do that. Then I go to bed for a couple of hours in the afternoon. Then I get up and go to work. Most nights of the 4 nights out of, well, it would be 5 soon. 5 nights out of 7, I then go to work and I get back here around about no later than 1:30 in the morning. Some days I get back here at 12. Depends on what day it is. Then I go to bed and the day starts again, you see? So that's my day. So where am I going to find 3 hours, Monday to Friday, to do a show mid-morning? I don't think I can do that. So what we're going to do, we're going to try one out and see how it goes, and that's going to be on Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. So on Tuesday, between 10 and 1, I'm going to be doing a little, a long music and chat show. That's quite long for me. I'm not used to doing shows for 3 hours. I'm not. Danny said, well, what about 2 hours? 11 till 1. So that might be a better possibility. I don't know yet. But Tuesday, we're going to do a 3-hour show between 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. And I do hope you'll be able to join us for that, boys and girls, okay? 10 a.m. till 1 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon. Now, as you know, we don't usually do a talk show on a Tuesday morning anyway. That's usually Tuesday night. We usually do the talk show on Tuesday night. That gives it, a slightly different audience as well. People that can't watch, so people prefer to watch the show live, and we get a different audience at night time. Not everyone, but some people, different people. So that's quite nice as well. So that kind of would fit in. I could probably fit in a 10 till 1 on Tuesday. Now, does that mean I won't be able to... Now, my Slimmer's World is on Tuesday morning. Now, I won't be able to do that this week, Slimmer's World, but I'm happy to try it and see how it goes. We might have to work out, do something else with the timings later. I might do it and think, oh, no, this is too much. Similarly, the radio station might hear, because I don't do what they do. That's the thing. I don't do exactly what they do. I do my thing, they do their thing. So we're trying to compromise a little bit in the middle somewhere, and I can do something that they will like that won't be too far out of their equation, if you see what I'm saying. So they may listen to it and think, oh, no, this isn't right for us. So that's okay as well. It doesn't matter. But I feel I should try it. I think there's an opportunity here, and someone needs someone. When I'm doing something, right, whatever it is, I need to be needed. You see what I mean? Like the jobs I'm doing at the various places at the moment, I feel needed. I feel required. There was another place I was working at a little while ago, and I didn't feel required anymore. So yeah, I was turning up and doing the job, but my heart certainly wasn't in it, and I didn't feel required. I thought, well, why am I even here? I'm not needed here. Similar thing with the old organ playing, at church. The church I usually go to, Corpus Christi in Wokingham, they have 2 organists. And someone said to me, oh, perhaps you'd like to play here as well. Well, you don't need me, do you? You've got 2 already. Oh, yeah, but if you wanted to, you could play. No, I'm not required. I'm not needed. Whereas the place I played at the other day had put an advert, we're desperately short of an organist. Can anyone help? So I rang them up and said, yes, I can do this. I'm not a professional. I play by ear. I listen and I play. You can't give me a song, put it down in front of me, and I can play it. Not possible for me to do that. I need to listen to it. Usually, everything's on YouTube now, isn't it? Even hymns. So if I've got a hymn I don't know, I just play it on YouTube, then I start playing it. I listen to it several times, and then I can just play it. Not always in the absolute correct key, but quite close to it. You might find it a little bit low, but not too low. You might find it a little bit high, but not too high. Okay, so that's how it was. Angela says, I need you here. I have heaps of washing to fold. I hope you don't waste your time doing ironing, Angela. And thank you, Guy. Now, you see Guy. Guy, I didn't know you were still with us, Guy. Guy works at Central Station. I feel required there. I feel required. I am needed there. So I'm really happy to be there. Don't worry about that, Guy. Don't worry about that, Guy. I feel required. At some point, people get fed up with you. That's what happens. Always. Always. It doesn't matter how good you are. Your favour sometimes diminishes for something else or someone else. That always happens. Everything has a lifespan. Everything has a lifespan. Sometimes, you might be doing a job and for 3 weeks you're the talk of the town and then it's gone. Or it might last for 3 years or 30 years. You don't know. You don't know. That's the entertainment stuff that we're all in, I have noticed that the people that watch this, it's kind of on the down at the moment a little bit. It goes up and it goes down. At the moment, we're on a down. We're on a down. There's sort of less people watching this now because some people will have got fed up with me hearing rabbiting away all the time. That's what happened. That's just how it is, and you accept that. You accept that. If it continues to go down and then bottoms out and just doesn't come up anymore, then it's time to do something else. That's how it is. That's how it is in this sort of thing. So there we are. So with the Splash Radio thing, we're going to give it a go. We're going to go and do Tuesday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And that goes on the radio, on Splash Radio, as I say, in Wales. It's mainly in the Rhyl area. I think it's Rhyl, Wrexham, I think, Chester, up sort of North Wales area. So it will be on DAB there, okay? I will be doing it from here. But I think I've got to pretend that I'm there. So you won't hear me mention Berkshire or Mirrorball Moment or anything like that. It will be different to my music and chat show that I do on Reach FM, on Reach On Air on Mondays, but not completely different. It'll be slightly different, but the same, in the same breath. I don't know how it will go, but we'll see. Suck it and see. I feel that there's, they require someone, and there's an opportunity here for me as well to have a go at this. It's an unpaid job. You don't get paid or anything like that, so you look at it as a hobby. You do look at it as a hobby, but that's okay. You know that, you accept that, and you do it. That's it. Remember, I've said to you so many times before, not everything needs to be paid for. My God, there's plenty of people doing charitable work. Actually, my mate Guy, who's watching this morning, he perhaps he doesn't want me to tell you this, but I will do. He goes round and sees homeless people. He goes round and talks to homeless people. I don't know if he has, but I bet he's gone over to McDonald's and bought them food and things like that. What, he don't get paid for that? Do you see what I mean? You don't need to be paid for everything. We are not money men. I'm not, believe it or not, I'm not a money man. I'm not. As long as I've got enough to go by, perhaps a bit more so I can do anything I want, I'm fine. I do not need to be rich. You don't need to be rich. Let me tell you, the richest people in this world are parents who have children round them. They are the richest people in this world. Whether you've got a £10 million mansion or a small council room If you've got family around you and little people, you are the richest people in the world. It's not about money. You don't have to do everything. I mean, some managers I've worked for in the past, they can't understand why I would want to do something like this. How much do you get paid for it? Nothing. Well, why do you do it? They don't get that. They do not understand why you would want to do something without getting paid for it. Because we've got enough money to live on. That's why. You know, I haven't worked all these years to gain enough for me now to do exactly what I want to do. And say what I want to say as well. So there we are. Splash Radio Wales, 10 to 1. I'll put a link up on the Facebook wall. It'd be lovely for you to join us. The music, think a cross between Radio 2 and Capital. Think of a cross between Radio 2 and Capital. Nice stuff. You know, some stuff in the charts, stuff from the 60s and 70s, 80s, from the 60s, music from all time. There won't be a classical bit. I've listened to it to Splash Radio. There is classical would really stick out like a sore thumb. That won't work. We might have a ballad. We might have the Mirrorball moment. We'll certainly have a little bit of Barry Manilow, but not the classical. The classical isn't going to fit in on there. I'm sure it's not. All right. Tom says it's unpaid, but it's good promotion for your other endeavours. And that's how I managed to pay for a lot of the internet stuff and all that, Tom, actually. Because I use this also, as you're quite right in saying there, to advertise my karaoke nights and stuff like that, I can write the cost of a lot of this stuff off as advertising. You see? Although I'm talking around it all the time, you know at some point I'm going to mention that tonight, Friday night, is karaoke night at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Where's the poster? Is that the poster? No. Oh, I didn't do that story the other... I mean, what does she look like? Fancy going to a fashion show dressed as the Pope. I mean, what does she look like that? We got the Monday, we got the Sunday, we got the Wednesday. No, I haven't got the Friday one on here. I thought I had sent that on there. Is that the Friday one? No, that's the Monday one, isn't it? 1 minute. What's that? That's Wednesday quiz. No, I haven't got the Friday one on here. But you know that if you're watching this show, at some point I'm going to tell you that it's Friday night tonight and we're hosting karaoke tonight. Do come along to Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. Starts at 8:30, goes through to midnight. And it's a fantastic night Friday. It's busy. We got lots of singers. You can come and sing yourself, or you can just sit there and watch the wonderful characters that turn up at Central Station. I mean, really, honestly. So that's on Friday night tonight. So there's my advert gone in there. You'll also hear about the Sunday one shortly as well, okay? So that way, you're quite right. You can use it to advertise the other things out there. Tom says, gets the name out there. People search and see your Facebook page and then know about the other various adventures that we do. And it's a good laugh. You know, I'm very, very privileged to be able to do stuff that I love doing. I am a little bit guilty sometimes of holding on to things that I don't really want to do anymore. For example, the job I was doing in Clapham. I should have left there 8 years ago. For 8 years, I've been bored doing that job. Bored to tears. Absolutely bored to tears. Climbing the wall at one point, but the money was good. And I stayed for the money. You shouldn't really be doing this job for money. For money. If you're good at it, then it just comes on its own. You know, you really shouldn't. You should be doing it because you absolutely love it, you see. So that's it. Thank you. There you are, guys. Stuck the thing up there. Centralstation.co.uk is where you'll see all the cabaret acts. Who's on Saturday? Oh, Saturday we're showing the Eurovision, as I say. Saturday night we're showing the Eurovision at Central Station, followed by a cabaret from Sandra, who's always late. Always late. But the Eurovision goes on late, so we might make her late. Yeah! I'm so naughty. Angela's coming to the karaoke tonight. How long's that on the... That's 24 hours. It'll be finished by the time you get here, Angela. Leanne, thank you very much. That's kind of... You'll get fed up with me one day, Leanne. You will, dear. People get fed up seeing the same old thing all the time. They do. One day, there'll be no one there. Danny Davis, thank you very much. Splash Radio Wales is where you'll be able to hear me. If you tune to there after I finish, you can hear Danny's on there now. Danny Davis is on Splash Radio Wales at this moment. So as soon as I finish, which will only be another couple of minutes now, boys and girls, click across to Splash Radio Wales and tell Danny, oh, we're here because we were watching Chris. There you go. You know, there you go. And where's my... Have you sent the jingles over yet? Let me have a look. No. Still waiting. Still waiting. Oh, dear. Hello to Jack Carroll, who's got an organ here. Needs some love. My legs for the pumping air out aren't what they used to be. I'm sure they're not, Jack. One of the organs I played was at St. Joseph's Church in Roehampton. Now, they don't have it anymore. They've got an electric one in there, which is very good, you know, but it's not a pipe organ. And with a pipe organ, they have to have a compressor device somewhere, which literally blows air constantly into the machine itself. And this one in this particular, I mean, it was a good job. It was in another room. It was so noisy. Shh, like that would go. I'm sure it was leaking air out somewhere. And if you played a big chord and held it, it would run out of air. So like that, it would go as it would run out of air. And you took your hands off the keys and it would immediately fill with air and it'd be fine again. Oh dear. Angela says we can talk about Australia winning the Eurovision. I think you've got a good chance, Angela. I really do, darling. I'm tempted to put another 10 on there. I might put another 10 on Australia, okay? Jack's coming to see us tonight. Okay, Jack, come along. You better come and sing us a song. The only thing is, Jack, I get incredibly busy there and it's really impossible to hold a conversation. Now and again, I walk around and collect pens because the thieving bastards keep nicking my pens there, dear. It took me long enough to nick them from the bank. They nick the pens. Guys, the worst offender, guy who's on here, the manager, he's the worst offender. He's got bags of them under the bar. He collects them all. People nick. And Martin, a bloke called Martin who runs a pub in London, he nicks the pens as well. Thieving bastards, all of them, dear. Thieving bastards. Don't nick my pens. So it is a bit difficult to talk to people. But Jack, as I'm walking around, I'll try and get over to whatever table you're sitting at and I'll say hello to you there. All right, Jack. Marcus, not one of your shows is the same. Oh, it won't ever be the same. Won't ever be the same. But we might to accommodate doing a music and chat show, I might have to swap things around a little bit. Hey, our guy's got 100 of my pens. Well, I'll have those back tonight, mate. They're coming back to me tonight. Thank you very much. Or I won't put your wire in for the Eurovision. Huh? Alrighty. Good morning to Razvan. Good morning, Razvan. Whereabouts you? How can I improve my English to speak like you? Keep practicing. Just keep practicing, my friend. It's a bit like playing a musical instrument. The more you practice, the better you become at it. Really, I think the best way to learn a foreign language, not necessarily English, whatever you're learning, is to actually move to the country and live there for 6 months. I think that's probably the best way to learn a foreign language, to actually move to another country and speak to them all the time. All right? Good. Okay, let's do today's birthday. I've got all these news stories in front of me. I haven't done a single one today, have I? I haven't done a single news story today. Interestingly enough, I'm just going to touch on one. And this story came out last night. And it's a shame. It's a blooming shame. The European Broadcasting Union has banned China from broadcasting the Eurovision Song Contest after its station, Mango TV, censored Ireland's performance due to its gay content. And basically, when we say gay content, so basically the Irish song, which I was touched so by, is this bloke singing about love, and then two boys come on. And they're dancing with each other, and they kind of clasp each other's hands, and they look at each other. There's no kissing. There's no touching. There's nothing like that. They are just two boys in love dancing on the stage. This and Mango TV in China had a problem with that and censored it. Presumably I don't know how they censored it. Did they put up a picture so you couldn't see it, or take the song off completely? I don't know how they did it. Ryan O'Shaughnessy is the Irish singer in this morning's Daily Mirror. featured two male dancers as he sang together during Tuesday night's semi-final. And if you watch that song, it's very, very moving. Very, very moving. I heard that song without seeing the video, and I have to say, a bit mediocre, a bit of a mediocre song. But when you listen to the words and watch the performance on the Eurovision stage, it is very, very touching. And that's why I put a tenner on, because of that performance. I thought it was wonderful. Well, Mango TV haven't seen it, and I think it's a great shame, because China has gone up and up in my estimation of what sort of country it is. Well, they've just dropped back a bit, I'm afraid. The Irish fella secured a place in the grand final for Ireland for the first time in years. The Chinese broadcaster came under fire on social media earlier this week after it reportedly blurred rainbow flags and censored tattoos. I mean, tattoos? I mean, either show it or don't. There's no halfway through it. Either show it or don't. According to state-owned news organisation Global Times, Mango TV did not air Ireland or Albania's performance during Tuesday's event. I mean, you can't just take bits and pieces out that you want. Why have you even got it on then? In a statement earlier this year, the European Broadcasting Union said that the contract allowing the Chinese broadcast of the 2018 contest had been terminated immediately. This meant Mango TV were not able to televise the second semi-final and will not be able to air the final on Saturday. Mirror TV has contacted representatives for Mango TV for comment, and that's it really. China has been banned by the EBU. Let's have a look. But that's I think the European Broadcasting Union were right to do that. But what a shame. What a shame that that's happened, don't you think? I think that's a great shame. You can't pick bits and pieces out, and I mean, I don't know, it's be a bit like watching Doctor Who, and we don't like the Daleks, so we'll cut those bits out. How stupid. How stupid. Very, very disappointing. Very disappointing. And I thought China had come such a long way. And it has. I quite like their, what are they called? President, Prime Minister, Emperor? I don't know what they're called in China. The man at the top who keeps appearing on the telly in his suit. And out of all these mad people that seem to be running various countries at the moment, he seems to be the only one with his head screwed on. And then this. Shame. What a shame. What a blooming shame. It really is. Hello to Duke. Evening, Duke. Where are you, Duke? Jack says, what are you betting on? I've got at the moment Finland and what's the other one? Finland. Just a minute now. Hello. Hello. No, I'm still chatting, dear. Yeah, so you having a cup of tea first, or are we going straight away? Okay, I'll be ready in 15. I'm just about to do the birthdays. Cheerio. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oh, that's my mate moaning because I'm not ready yet. Where was I now? Yes. So I've put £10 on Finland and £10 on Ireland. One's like 66 to 1 and the other's 33 to 1. So that's where my money is at the moment. I might put another one on either Australia or Norway. One of those two. Which one? Or the Ukraine. One of those three. Not sure. Yes, good morning, Chris. Hope you're well, Chris. Kiss. All right. Jack, so there's my bets, Jack. All right. Leanne says, I agree. I hope they release it as a single. Ireland got a very strong chance this year. I think so. And it's not just the song, it's the message in there. The message is beautiful. The message is beautiful in that song. It really is. Razvan, thank you. Your style is awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed the show, Razman. Thank you very much, sir. Razvan, I beg your pardon, Razvan. I think TV show or a company will hire you for your talent. Oh, I wish. I'm still waiting for the call from the BBC. It's been nearly 14 years, I've been waiting. I'm not giving out my number now. No, you'll all start calling, won't you? Guy, have you watched any of the Eurovision songs as a matter of interest? Who do you think? Who's your money on? Claire says Ireland is lovely. The dancers were wonderful. So glad they have got a good song this year. It's not the same without Ireland. You're absolutely right, Claire. Ireland were, for many years, the Eurovision Song Contest. They kept winning. Johnny Logan won 3 times. 3 times. 3 times, didn't he? Paul reckons they were for tenor. Yeah, I think so, especially at 66-1. I think last time I looked, there was 70-1. I don't know what the odds are for Ireland at the moment, okay? But it is, you're quite right, Claire. Ireland would have trouble paying for it. Now, I heard that next year, I think there's 2 or 3 broadcasters who are going to co-produce it. This presumably will be a way of sharing the cost. I don't understand how it's getting more and more expensive and why. You know, I often wonder this with money. How is it that, like, in the war, we were able to build as many planes as we wanted? Whatever the cost, doesn't matter. Right, but now, you know, if you want to do something like the Eurovision song, how does that get dearer and dearer? So dear that you can't afford things. A little bit like insurance, isn't it? Now, the way they've been able to put up those costs, for years and years, you would get a bill and you'd pay it. Right, and it went up and up and up, and then they started splitting the payments up, didn't they? So you can now pay monthly. That's how they've got the bills up. And we've all been sucked into this, haven't we? Guy says, bring back Kelly Wilde. Oh, my God, blimey. We don't want to go into negative points. Kelly's great. Perhaps you should sing a new remix of Gloria to try and win that. Right, listen, I've got to wrap up now, gang, because my mate's coming round and he does moan if I'm late. Oh, all it does is moan. Right, we've got 11 birthdays today. Here we go. Vince Goldsmith. Happy birthday to you, Vince, who's raising money for meningitis on his birthday. Well done, Vince. There's a lot of people doing that now on Facebook. They, instead of asking for, you shouldn't ask for gifts for your birthday. Just get what you're given. Anyway, a lot of people now raise money for charity things on Facebook, and Vince is doing that. So, Vince Goldsmith, happy birthday to you, sir. Raymond Pearson is a young 61 years old today. Happy birthday, Raymond. Julian Walker, nice to see you on there, sir. I hope you're doing well. It's been a few years now. Happy birthday, Julian. Mike Nesbitt, very smart in the suit. Happy birthday, Mike. Richard Elliott. Happy birthday, Richard. Johnny Kerman. Is that how I say it? Is it Sermon or Kerman? I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure which. Looking very, very nice in that picture. Happy birthday, Jonathan. Jeff Kristen, who does cabaret entertainment. Happy birthday, Jeff. Grant Bickle. Hello, Grant. And a happy birthday to you. Let's see which Grant it is. Is it you? Let me have a look. One moment, please. Yes, it is you. Happy birthday, Grant. I recognise you there. That's been many, many years since I see a lot of you now. Benjamin Fitzroy Hutton. Hello, sir. Happy birthday. Carrie Ann Gaunt is a young 24 today. Happy birthday. And Mike Mitchell. The last time I spoke to you, you were running a pub in Wimbledon. I don't know if you're still doing that or not, Mike, I beg your pardon. But happy birthday to you. Here comes the song. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. All right? Remember, if you're watching that Eurovision tomorrow, and I'll see you again tomorrow morning for a show anyway. If you're watching it, remember it's about fun. Okay? It's all about having a laugh. Don't take life too seriously. Please don't, or you'll end up like either Theresa May or Jeremy Corbyn. And let's face it, you wouldn't want to be at dinner with either of those, would you? Just talking politics and being boring and wars. And, oh, God, no, we just want a bit of fun. A bit of fun, that's what the Eurovision is tomorrow night. Heidi says, I remember when Ireland was hosting the Eurovision one year and we first saw Riverdance. Oh, that was amazing, wasn't it? I can only dream of ever being able to dance like that. Anyway, that's it for the show today. Don't forget, karaoke tonight. It's Friday night karaoke each and every Friday night, hosted by yours truly. Starts at 8:30, goes right the way through until midnight. Get your songs in early. I can't stress that enough. You need to get those songs in by 10 o'clock, 10:30 at the latest. After that, we are full up. We're full up. Don't come at 11:30. Can you squeeze me in? Only by taking someone else out. And they've been sitting there for 2 hours. So no, not possible. You really need to be there as early as possible. we've got an argument for starting both nights a bit earlier, to be honest, as you well know. I don't know if we ever could do that or not, but we'll have to think about that again, all right? Razvan, you worked in radio field once? Well, quite a lot, really, on on the airwaves twice. I've done Freedom FM, which is years and years ago now, and I've done Liberty Radio, which was in London, and that was owned by Harrods. Liberty Radio was owned by Mohammed Al-Fayed, you know, the chap who used to own Harrods, and I did that for about 18 months. So that's the FM radio, and I've been doing online radio, you know, internet radio for quite a few years now. So that's my radio stuff. All right, thank you, Guy. We'll have to have a little think about that. But certainly, I think, you see, the fact that those other people, we used to start that at 8 o'clock then, didn't we? Now, they've stopped coming in now, but it's a case of having that stage ready, because if people are still up there eating, I know a certain other person who is wonderful, but wouldn't like them to be moved. So it's difficult, really. I tell you what, you know, the Monday one, I think there's an argument there to go from 8 to 11:30 to 7:30 to 11. I think, certainly, because that last half hour, we lose everyone in that last half hour. I don't know if you've noticed that on a Monday. It might be an idea to bring it round. I'm sure those that come in early on a Monday will come in slightly earlier for the 7:30. I think there's an argument certainly to move that to 7:30 to 11. Really, and it might help with the sound as well, mightn't it? Anyway, that's it today, boys and girls. Thanks ever so much for joining us. I really appreciate you joining us this morning, and thank you those of you that have taken the time and the trouble also to share the show to your walls as well, and of course those of you on YouTube and Periscope. Have a lovely day, and I'll see some of you tonight at the karaoke. Claire, if you're coming, please, Young Hearts Run Free. Cheerio now.